If you're hoping to recruit him for your fight against Black, don't bother. Gohan is a far cry from the warrior you knew as a boy. He's an academic now. Walked away from martial arts a long time ago.
Then he's a real scholar. His dream came true. I'm so glad to hear it. In my reality, Gohan was my master.
You saying he trained you?
He did. He was fearless. The whole city!
Damn you, androids! Those people never even had a chance!
What now, Gohan?
Look, Trunks, whatever happens, you have to stay here.
No way! I can't let you fight those two on your own! I'm stronger than last time, please!
All right, Trunks. We'll try it your way. Let's get those bastards.
Right! When I woke up, it was already too late. What have they done? But I still need you. Go on. Go on. Go on. Without Gohan, I couldn't have stopped the androids, let alone fight Black.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the half-breed Saiyan, but they confuse me other racially wise, Carl Charles, and...
Okay, fair enough. And I'm the man who is dressed like in a yellow and orange cat costume to get revenge on the demonic entity that stalks us in the night, Siwa Chung.
And today, we are talking about... What are we actually talking about?
So we are talking about fan films. Four fan films in particular.
Yeah.
Now, I will introduce them, but I'm going to try and rank them in what I think you like them, okay?
Okay.
So,
it's gonna be funny.
not in particular order, I'm just going to give an introduction to what they are, right?
Yeah.
So there's the fan film Batman Dead End, which is like 8 minutes long. Batman Demon in the Dark, which is about 16 minutes long. Dragon Ball Z, DbZ Light of Hope, which is 16 minutes long. And DbZ Legend, which is about 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to guess, and we'll go into more detail of these particular films, but I'm going to guess, and I'm going for faithfulness of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of budget, but you know how good it looks, right? Fan films don't have a great budget.
No.
And how cohesive the story is within what they're telling. And, you know, alternate universe stories or whatever, it's not, you know, don't have to be super accurate, but as long as the characters are doing what you expect the characters to kind of do.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to say that your order of them are DbZ Legend, Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope, Batman Dead End, and then Batman Demon in the Dark.
The first one you got right, and the order after that got kind of confused.
Okay. Tell me what order. We'll speak about them in the order that you tell.
Yeah. All right. Obviously Dragon Ball Legend, or whatever it is. Yeah. That. Then it was Batman Dead End.
Okay.
Then I would say Dragon Ball Lost,
Light of Hope,
and the Batman Demon one. I'll put them at the same.
All right. So Dragon Ball DbZ Legend.
Yep.
Well, Legend, a Dragon Ball film.
Yeah.
Done in 2022 by Stray Dog Studio on the YouTube channel Agent Mystery Meat.
Yeah.
So what did you like about it?
I like the animation style. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty well done. It took 4 years to do the short film.
You can see why, because it's so detailed.
Yeah.
I like the kind of retweaking of the origin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the basics of it is, so it starts like in the, was it 20? Is it the 21st Budokai? Or was it the 23rd?
I think it's 21st.
Yeah. So where Goku's fighting Chi-Chi, and obviously he doesn't know who she is. Then Cloaked Menace decides to attack, sends Chi-Chi flying, starts beating up Goku for no good reason, as you do.
As you do,
right?
Yeah.
And then he starts shooting green energy blasts, and we're like, oh, okay, I kind of gather who this is, but not really.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta's capsule comes down, and he's like being Vegeta cutting promo.
Yeah.
Talking about like his Majin Buu final explosion promo.
Yeah.
And he throws his cloak and it goes to Walmart. But in this continuity, they don't know each other, so that's more of a fan servicey thing.
Yeah.
And Broly and Vegeta fight. Well, but at this point, Broly, he's like takes off his cape. He's like, he turns into the Hulk version of Broly, fights Vegeta. Super Shoryuken's Vegeta, so he turns him into base mode, and then Vegeta's like flicking from base mode to Super Saiyan mode through the fight, and Vegeta then makes a Keyblade.
Yep.
Not the one from Kingdom Hearts, by the way.
No.
But blade out Key Energy.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. Like, okay, that's a super.
But Goku Black did one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that's his move. But okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, alternate continuity at this point.
Yeah.
Chops off Broly's hand. Broly then grabs Vegeta in a choke slam, crushes him on the ground, and then Goku. Was it Chi-Chi? This was an oddity. Like Chi-Chi jumped up, ran from where she got hit through the wall, and then she ran in one direction.
Yeah.
But in the animation, she comes in another direction.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, but she had to punch Broly in his non-sliced off arm. So fair enough to do that. But I think they could have just played the sound of her coming in, like her battle cry or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then her zooming towards the screen, and then you could have done that.
Yeah, they really.
But that's the only minor thing. And then Broly's like, I'll break Chi-Chi's arm, and then Goku he turns Super Saiyan, but like unrefined Super Saiyan, I'm gonna call it, where he does a flame blast out of his mouth, and the flame blows back into his head, and he turns into Ghost Rider Goku.
I don't know how I feel about that part either. I was like,
well, and then basically Vegeta and Goku team up, beat up Broly, send him into space with a Super Kamehameha, and then Goku's like, oh yeah, Chi-Chi, I remember you. And Vegeta's like, no, we got no time to waste. You got to do something now with this woman, because right now we got a massive water fight, and you're going to come with me soon. And then did you see the after credits?
I can't remember because I've seen this twice. I can't. I don't.
It's where Broly's in space in the pod somehow. I don't know how he got in the pod in space because it gets blasted out of orbit. But whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever.
And he starts saying Kakarot, and then he slows down. The gleam in his eye, and he says Vegeta. Yeah.
Oh no!
And then I think the other last couple of minutes is the guy talking about the video, like how long it takes to make, and I hope the first. Yeah.
Oh.
Which is cool, like a little nod to thanks for everyone and thanks for watching and stuff like that, which is cool.
Pretty cool.
But I enjoyed it. It had all the right. Yeah, it played all the music that you expect in it to.
Yeah.
Like it didn't use every tune, but I think it used Limit Breaker X Survivor. We got power. You got power. Was it? We got power.
We got power. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and what's the other one? It's the Super Saiyan 3 theme as well.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, when it's when Goku's charging up when he gets the.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that the Vegito theme / Mystic Gohan theme?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but you're saying about Flamehead Ghost Rider Goku.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of it.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this is unique, but I guess this is why, like I said before, this is why I took of it. Vegeta's like, look, we're the proud race of Golden Warriors, and you are one of us, but you don't know how to turn Super Saiyan properly. and that's
Yeah.
what happens when Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, and that's not like their version of Super Saiyan, then
No.
I'm okay with it. But if that's like their interpretation of Super Saiyan,
No, because Vegeta turned Super Saiyan and he was fine.
Yeah. Well, I thought
But
this
are
might
you-
be like his Super Saiyan God mode or a Zaru form, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I guess.
But yeah, you like the animation of it? Do you like the voice
Yeah.
acting? I thought the voices were pretty on point.
Yeah. Pretty good,
I thought the script also was done pretty well. Like
Yeah.
they had nods to stuff that was in canon,
Yeah.
but also not like too fan servicey. They just used whatever they needed to tell their story as well.
Yeah. It was really well done. Really well
Mm.
done. If something, I doubt anything will come from it, obviously for legal reasons. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking.
But you'd
of
like to see
that-
more?
Yeah, I'd like to see more. I'd like to
Yeah.
see more. But speaking of that,
Mhm.
have you heard that apparently Disney are making a Dragon Ball?
No. Hold on. Okay, let me just backtrack to you. Let me just help you with Verbal's backspace there. Someone did. This is what I read, anyways. Right?
Yeah.
Someone did like 3D animation artwork
Yeah.
for Goku.
Yeah.
But it was a prank.
Yeah, but Disney do have the rights to
Yeah.
live action
To-
Dragon
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they started making something, right?
Yeah, same.
But after the debacle of Dragon Ball Evolution, I don't know if I trust Hollywood with it, not Disney specifically, right? But just Hollywood in general with stuff that not necessarily don't get, but they don't stay faithful to. They don't like take the elements and go, okay, this
Yeah.
is what worked and this is what the people of that fandom appreciate.
Yeah.
You know?
I reckon it could work, but it depends. Because, like, if this was like 10 years ago, like
Yeah.
the other one, yeah, that would work. Because we've come a long way,
Yeah.
I think they probably could find the right director and not be too hands on it. With like,
Oh wait, are you talking about they're going to be a live? Are you reckon live action, or do you mean like a 3D animated?
either way, I reckon they could. Even I would prefer the CGI version, but
Yeah.
I reckon they probably could pull it off nowadays, like live action one.
Yeah.
If
But I think like you would prefer CG, 3D
Yeah.
animated, whatever. Just because whoever voices it, then you're not locked in. You don't have to associate the voice with the actor.
yeah. Yeah.
Because Chris Pratt's Mario, but you're like, but he sounds like Chris Pratt. He doesn't sound like what I
Actually-
expect Mario to.
The bit of the Mario trailer, I didn't actually hear Chris Pratt really. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I couldn't really tell. You could tell that slight hint it's him, but it's not like
Yeah.
him being Star Lord or any other person he's played.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't putting on a stereotypical Italian accent, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Because that could go the other way, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's how they'll probably get cancelled.
I mean, Russell Crowe shows us, you know.
yeah. Oh, jeez. But
Yeah.
I liked it. I really did. I'm
Okay.
down for
So
it.
you said Batman Dead End was your next one,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So Batman Dead End by Sandy Cholera on YouTube. Essentially, go on. You. I'll tag you in to give a quick overview on this.
So this is Batman coming to Dead End, literally. It's he's tracking down the Joker, and first you think, oh, it's just the Batman Joker encounter. This would be cool because we've seen this like a million times before.
Yeah.
And they start talking, and Joker's basically like, Batman, you need me because if I was dead, none of this stuff would happen, and you need me to boost your ego. And then Batman's like, you know what, Joker, I don't need you. And he throws him against the wall, and then Joker starts monologuing again, and then all he hears is and then no, that's the funny thing as well. I'll bring this up as well. Joker's standing there, and you can see a string.
Oh, right.
You see a string. And then you see a Xenomorph come down, pick him up, and take him into to the rooftops, and then obviously the Xenomorph kills Joker. We don't see
He does
it.
something that we don't see off screen.
Yeah.
You know, you just hear that the scream, right?
Yeah. And then
Well, no, he laughs because he's the Joker.
He's
So
Joker.
you don't know if he's laughing or dying, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So it's left to the audience to interpret it how they want. So then Batman is like, oh no, I need to fight this Xenomorph thing. So they start fighting. pretty cool fight.
Yeah.
He beats the Xenomorph.
No.
Oh no,
He
he
has
doesn't.
the-
He's about to like probably die from the Xenomorph, and then
because Xenomorph's on top of him, and
yeah.
I'll tell you the thing: the Xenomorph saliva burn you.
Yep, it does. That's what I was
But
sitting there
that-
thinking as well. I was like, that's
Yeah.
all right, whatever, sure.
yeah.
I let it off.
Alternate continuity, fine.
Yeah, maybe there isn't in this world. in the
Because
DC
there's
universe.
something even more. The next bit's even more dangerous. The Predator shoots
Yeah.
the alien, head splatters everywhere with his blood, right?
Yeah,
But none of it hits Batman.
no, which
Okay.
is again like that
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yeah, because if it did, the film would have ended pretty quickly.
Yeah, that'd been Batman over and be like, yay! So thank you for watching our fan film.
yeah.
Yeah, so then the Predator comes down and he stares off with Batman. They look at each other like this needs to go down.
Yeah.
They have a fight. They're quite evenly matched for a bit.
Yeah.
Xenomorph, no, sorry, not Xenomorph. Predator cuts Batman and he's like, owie, that hurts. As he's basically just wearing a grey jumper. He's not armored up or anything.
This Batman looks like Alex Ross painting come to life.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
It's pretty awesome.
Like no bulky armor or nothing like that. Just cloth costume, and basically it's the dude in the costume. Not
Yeah.
like when you have muscle suit underneath it. No muscle suit underneath this.
It's a legit dude.
Mm.
And they start fighting, and then halfway through, the Predator does his retractable claws. Batman brings out his batarang / knife.
Whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Butterfly batarang.
Yeah, and this bit I was like, that doesn't make sense. You know, the Predator's blades are like some
Yeah.
unbreakable metal, apparently.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
But even just before that, right? No, go on.
no, I was gonna say like then Batman kind of blocks it with these batarang thing, and
Yeah.
then snaps the blades, and I was like,
Yeah. So the bit that didn't make sense to me, right?
yeah,
Just before that bit is, so the blades come towards him, and he decides to uppercut the blades
yeah,
because he uses Batman to trap them.
Yeah.
But it's like, wait a minute,
That
your
makes sense.
bare glove fist
yeah,
should get sliced
mm-hmm.
by the blades.
Yep.
And then the second logic is, how did you break them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure his batarang isn't made out of, like vibranium or whatever. So
Yeah.
sure, whatever.
Yeah.
So then Batman gets the upper hand, and he's about to kill the Predator. Another bit, I was like, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
sure, whatever. And then all these other Predators come down, and Batman's like, oh, okay, guess I'm gonna fight you guys as well. And then it ends.
Yeah. No. He backs up. He gets another batarang out. Yeah, and then behind him, as the predators come towards him, they jump down.
Yeah.
Aliens are behind Batman.
Oh, so he's definitely
Yeah.
dead then. Yeah.
Well, no, but he doesn't have to fight all of them.
No.
If he fights all of them, he definitely is dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's how it ends. And then roll credits, right?
Yeah.
Because does he come out? Does he survive? We don't,
No, we don't know.
I thought it was a neat fan film. This was done in 2003, so it's quite old actually.
Yeah, because I got this on like bootleg DVD.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because once
Did
we
it-
watched
was
it
it in-
again, and I was like, oh yeah, I got this downstairs. Yeah. Oh.
Did you get it at one of them small little Comic Cons?
No, my dad actually bought it for like eBay or something like that.
Oh really? Because
Yeah.
so some of the Comic Cons, right? What they do is. This is why I swear, this is such shady practice. But they'll download the YouTube trailer, whatever it is, and play it on the TV, whatever they bring it in, and then
Yeah.
put the DVD of it,
Yeah.
like with the cover and everything. So this is the trailer for this movie.
Yeah, and then
Right?
you buy it and it's like 8 minutes long.
Well, it's actually the trailer because there is no movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was like, okay, yeah, but I thought that the costume looked pretty good considering exactly what it was, right?
Yeah.
It didn't look like it wasn't armor. It was legit like a dark grey / purplish Under Armour looking thing.
yeah. Like
The
compression
Batman mask
something.
looked pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Considering as well.
The one thing I thought was hilarious though
Yeah.
was when he jumps off the roof and then he
Yeah.
hits the puddle and his cape's
Yeah.
like super long,
Yeah.
and then he gets up and then later on his cape isn't that long. You're like, oh.
Yeah. But no, they did it just for the hero shot.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It looked
looked good. He jumped down, his cape spread out, and then when he stood up, it kind of like sucked in around him.
Yeah.
like a demon's wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you say, yeah.
'Cause I was thinking like, that was not gonna make any sense. And then later on,
Yeah.
it was Shotgun like, yeah, that makes sense because there's no way he's fighting and
Because he's crouching as he's doing it as well as he's
Yeah.
fighting, so his cape should be even like he'd be stepping on that stuff as he's going along the floor.
yeah, it's just weird.
And
That's
also
great.
for the bat signal, right,
Mm.
was kind of funny because when the Batman's standing on the rooftop, the bat signal's there, but it's projected reverse. If you know what I mean, the bat is the light rather than the oval.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, fair enough. I mean,
quite
no, it doesn't make any difference, but it's just like, okay, I haven't seen it done like that before.
No, neither have I. So that's quite cool.
Yeah, yeah. Like I the makeup for the Joker, I think was done actually pretty well.
Yeah. That looked really good.
It was that exaggerated Joker face. Well, not too exaggerated, but like the long chin, the nose, and stuff like that, right? And that guy had a blast acting as the Joker
Yeah, you
because he
can
could be as over the top as he ever wanted to be,
Yeah.
and because this is the Joker, he's not out of character.
Yeah. And this is before Heath Ledger as well, so
Yeah, yeah.
he didn't have
Yeah,
to,
and he
like,
brass nut. He's running around in his straitjacket, and he just blasts Batman with the brass knucks, and Batman no sells it.
Yeah,
What a joke!
like-
Hilarious.
Who is this chump? And
Yeah.
then he dies.
Yeah.
He's Batman.
Them Predator and Alien costumes were pretty good as well. Right? Do you think they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
official costume? Not like official, but like they rented the costumes out of a proper place, or
I
mean,
don't.
I'm not,
The,
I wouldn't-
the Alien one, maybe.
yeah.
The Predator one, I reckon you could make that and still make it look like legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they looked pretty good as well. I mean, I don't think they ever had to do a Predator face. So,
Yeah. I think that's where they would have probably flopped if they did the Predator face. But
and the aliens were in the dark, but then they're black as well. So
Yeah.
it made sense.
Makes
it
sense.
made sense.
They look good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Okay. So next one, Dragon Ball Z: Light of Hope by Robot Underdog. Okay, so this is basically a retelling of the history of Trunks
Yes.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Animated movie, and this is only the first part of
First
it.
part, there's like 2 more in it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I know I watched the 2 of them, but if you didn't watch the rest, did you?
No.
Okay. Right, go on. Give me
Oh gosh.
give me your opinion on it.
Oh, one thing that kind of took me straight out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound really weird. Trunks' race that took me out of it.
Wait. But I'm sure that kid is half.
Yeah, but even in the cartoon and stuff, Trunks is the whitest dude out of all of them.
Well, hold on. Okay. Well, I mean, look. I'm gonna say I'm not sure about that because we don't know exactly what race Vegeta is, and we don't know. I don't think definitively what race Bulma is either. I think they went with a safe option.
Boma Brief, that's a white surname.
Yeah, but that might not be necessarily her race because there's
she's-
anamorphic dogs walking about, right?
Yeah,
in this
but-
universe.
Look at her compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
She has white features.
Okay. All right.
And
Fair
like,
enough.
yeah,
Then the Goku's kind of white as well.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go that way, you know.
Because I've always seen this like in Dragon Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi's Chinese.
Yeah.
And Yamcha is like whatever Yamcha is. I'll even say he's like Chinese.
Yeah.
And then Krillin's a monk, so he's obviously probably Chinese.
Yeah.
And then Goku and Vegeta are probably just white aliens, if I'm honest.
Okay, well, you know what? I mean, we saw I want to say your interpretation of them white aliens in Dragon Ball Evolution. You know how that went.
Yeah. Again, I had no problem. I had no problem with Dragon Ball Evolution. The story was terrible. Just that was it.
No, and Dragon Ball Evolution is hilarious in certain other ways
Yeah.
than being serious. But then again, it wasn't even too much of a serious film in itself.
No.
You just need to more embrace the joke if it's going to go that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope is you got the androids 17 and 18 just raising all around the city, just being like, the little punks they are. Trunks and Gohan going to stop them in their terror, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
Trunks and Gohan get beat up, they run off. They go to get healed, go to fight them again, and then they'd be like, nah. Trunks, you got to train up to get this. You need to train up. You need to have lost. You need to have doing all that stuff because. Trunks be trying to say that he's ready, but it's like, no, Trunks, you don't know any lost because all you've ever known is that all you've ever known is that level of tragedy.
Yeah,
right.
Or fear.
Yeah, you need a trigger for the next level then, because you're level 10, right? Yeah, you're at level 10 already. You need to level 15 in that case to get to Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
But you're saying so you didn't so you're like you didn't like this, you 50-50, how was it?
Pretty 50-50 if I'm honest.
Yeah. So you were saying about the first thing you're saying is Trunks' race. I thought I thought okay, they cast logically and the kid's hair worked as well, I think. The purple. I think I think it might have been dyed this time around, but I think the next set maybe it was a wig because it didn't look quite the same.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just because like if you're gonna go that case, then shouldn't the androids be Asian looking as well? Then.
Oh, I don't know, but I like the people that cast as the androids. I thought Amy Johnson,
yeah, they were good.
And Tyler Tackett, they played pretty. They looked the part, right?
Yeah.
Physically, but in the costumes as well. Their costumes were pretty spot on, I thought.
Yeah, they were spot on. The only thing... Yeah. Actually... I was going to say... Was that... Sorry. Their voices... But I remember their androids, they're kind of like bland voices. So yeah. That actually works in...
Well, they're not exactly the most...
charismatic or whatever. Yeah.
Well, no. They have to have the screen presence, but they don't need... They're androids after all. They don't need to be, we're here to destroy people.
Yeah, it doesn't have like emotion in their voice or whatever. So yeah, kind of works.
Yeah,
it works.
Other than annoyance because these people are still alive and we're just going to try and wipe them out.
Yeah,
and they're like, what are we going to do when we kill Gohan? I mean, when we kill we leave that one Jabroni alive or two of them just so you can fight us for sport. But yeah, we're getting bored of him.
Yeah, basically, that's what it was.
I thought Anton Bex did a pretty good job as Gohan.
He was alright.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
He was alright. I don't know. Like, it's gonna sound really weird as well. I've always thought of Gohan as an attractive man.
Yeah.
He wasn't that really attractive.
Okay.
Really bad,
maybe you if you watch the next to like finish the entire story.
Yeah.
Because he's a different actor. He's a different actor in that one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Don't tell me you watched the second half and you thought all ages look alike.
No, I haven't watched. I ain't watched the second part yet. That's why I was like, okay.
The second and third parts, yeah.
Oh, I might watch to see that. Then.
Yeah. But I like it had good special effects and everything like that. Well, for a fan film, right?
Yeah.
It didn't over try and reach itself.
No.
The special effects. Yeah. The special effects they need to do for the key blast. I mean, it is a Dragon Ball film after all,
Yeah.
They did pretty well for that. Amy Johnson's beating up the Trunks, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think the reason why I'm like in the middle of this because recently I've been playing Dragon Ball Kakarot, and I just did I'm halfway through the Future Trunks DLC.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I have like a bit of a biased view on this one.
Well, yeah. Well, I personally think they did pretty well. Yeah. The look of it. I mean, they stayed truer to the actual people. I mean, I don't want to say we're going to keep on knocking Dragon Ball Evolution, but what I'm saying is these people kind of knew what they were doing with the characters they've got.
They knew the source material.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could tell that. And that they did the key blasts and stuff like that, but not too extravagant because they got to fit within the rest of the budget.
Of course.
Stuff can't obviously look too much better than certain other stuff.
No, because then that'd be weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the fights did pretty decently considering, the amount of time they're going to get through on this thing. They're not going to have a huge time for rehearsals or all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they did pretty well.
Yeah. Super Saiyan looked kind of meh, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but that looked like a wig story. Like, ooh.
Yeah, I thought Bulma's hair kind of looked like a wig as well.
Yeah, but, hence why she's wearing the hat thing in it.
Yeah, exactly to cover the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it enough to watch the next two parts. So did it intrigue you enough to watch the next two parts, or are we just gonna watch it just to see how they execute the rest of it?
Kind of half and half. It made me want to watch the next part. Then it also made me want to rewatched the actual animated movie of it.
Okay.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
though that.
You know, the one thing you can tell about this film, by the way, I mean, when you watch like, it's not it's not a huge budget, right? But you don't notice there's very minimal things going on around it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're finding the desert, right? And they got their abandoned warehouse or whatever they used to fight, or an office, but very bare bones stuff that you can casually do everywhere.
Yeah.
But they've done it smartly because you don't there's limited locations.
Yep.
Costumes are, not costumes are limited, but they're wearing casual clothing because that's what these characters were wearing anyways and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. It never feels like a cheap budget version of something.
No, it didn't. The only kind of budget bit was Gohan's costume. Like the top bit was good, but then he's wearing blue trousers. Like he's actually wears orange and the thing, but whatever. Whatever.
Also the universe.
Change,
no, but you're right.
But besides that, it was good. It was alright. Yeah.
Okay.
Good on them.
Well, you know what? I mean, as long as you're intrigued enough to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
And then you're gonna watch History of France to compare.
Yeah.
I think actually this is pretty decent. Not a straight translation of it because you got to make tweaks and accordingly, right?
Yeah.
But in the spirit of it, the same essential stuff is taken over.
Yeah, like in the spirit of it, and on like you said before, like budget as well. They did really good to translate it.
Yeah.
Like,
but he's still on a 50-50 of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still 50-50,
Fair enough.
But I'm intrigued. Good on them.
All right. Last one, Batman: Demon in the Dark. This is why I spoke to you before a while ago, saying this is Batman, kind of like as though he's the Predator.
Yeah.
I know it's not quite the same, but okay. Essentially, it's the Sinister Six, right? But in casual clothing, have got the mission to
wait. What?
Sorry.
Sinister Six.
Sorry,
Secret Six.
Secret Six.
Yeah, that's
Secret
it. Yeah.
Six.
Thinking like, wait, what?
Because the lady just blatantly points out the lady who's talking about it goes, you six have got to quietly, secretly get to location X. I was like, okay,
right.
That's
not on the nose at all.
Yeah, exactly. I will get into characters later on during this, but I'm just going to briefly speak about is the Secret Six are there in their casual clothing, and one by one they get taken out by Batman.
Yeah.
And then there's a random fight with got John Stewart, Green Lantern, and and Black Adam in there, right?
Yeah.
So the two, the people that aren't getting chased down towards the end of the film, Deadshot and not Catman, not Catman yet, because not Catman yet.
Yeah.
They start going one way or the other way.
Yeah.
And they're like, basically a demon entity is hunting them, right?
Yeah.
And there's a superhero fight going on there. They're like, screw this, we're just gonna go this way. Try and run through the superhero fight. Bunch of jokers.
Like,
yeah,
that bit kind of ruined it for me. But we'll get. I'll tell you. I'll say why later. But,
and then it was supposed to be a trap all along to lure Batman to a certain point.
Yeah.
So then Amanda Waller's squad can get him, but obviously he gets away because he's Batman. He gets away from the helicopters and all that stuff. What I thought was done pretty well was some people might not like this certain way, but I like that it was the Secret Six, but it wasn't really them. Like they were casual clothing. That idea of it, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's like until they started doing things that so it was a big muscly dude, right? And until he put on his mask, you didn't know it was Bane.
Yeah.
Even though. So I like that sort of thing where it's like, okay, it's a bit. We'll lead up to here, and then it's that person, and I like how Batman took them out as well. I liked it when you couldn't see Batman, like he was a horror villain.
Yeah.
Because but and how he was taking out some of like Giganto and Silver Banshee. Silver Banshee's wig though.
Yeah, jeez, that bit made me laugh. Like, wow, this is okay.
I think for personally me for this, I like the idea of this more than the move. The execution is decent, right?
Yeah.
But I would have liked them lean into if you can't get the costumes or whatever, you don't go in the other direction of it, you know?
Yeah.
You figure out who they are after the fact or something.
Yeah.
And they shot some short tubby Mexican dude. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
It took me
Fair
literally
enough.
to the end to realize that whole bit. I was like, oh, he's Deadshot, huh?
Mm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I've always thought of Deadshot. Like every appearance he's sort of been in is like sort of a handsome, swarthy looking guy.
Yeah.
He's just some
Would you-
short little dude. I'm like, oh.
Would you prefer to swap the guy who was playing Catman, not Catman, but and they shot because afterwards, if you're a tubby kind of dude. And you're like, oh, I'm going to train up to be, wear my cat costume and everything like that. You can get to the point where you're Catman.
Yeah, that would have made more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't there
Scandal
a
was in
bit
it.
in the comics where Catman becomes fat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Green Arrow
yeah.
beats him up and makes a mockery of him, and he's
Yeah.
like, all right, fine, I somehow turned super buff afterwards.
Yeah.
Not directly afterwards, but yeah, he's living with the cats and that stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, look, lions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I liked it. This to the point also. They didn't show Batman too much, right?
No.
They showed him using his other stuff, like to take people down. Like, I think he basically just swooped down and took away Bane. And we're like, all right. I mean, in comics continuity, Bane would have put up more of a fight, but that's whatever.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
That's fine,
Yeah.
When he's throwing gas canisters at Giganta, where they're turning around, look for him, but he's like Jason Voorhees who's disappeared, or stuff like that. I enjoyed that. At the end as well, they basically showed him full costume and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty decent. I mean, they did wait till the end, but would prefer the presence of him rather than actually seeing him, because that's how they built up the rest of the thing. I suppose you had to show him though, because they had to have the helicopters come in there and unveil. Oh yeah, the plan was to try and capture Batman at this certain spot.
Yeah, which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like, for me, where it kind of fell apart was, okay, like, I get they're trying to do, like, the whole thing is like, oh, Batman's a myth, blah, 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 that stuff. I'm like, okay. But then you show Green Lantern and Black Adam fighting.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, if you're living in a world with these sort of superheroes openly fighting in New York City, disguised as Gotham.
Yeah.
Then...
Well, no, hold on. To be fair, I mean, yes, we assume it's Gotham City, right?
Yeah.
He could have chased them.
No, they actually
at
is
New
Gotham
York.
City, because you see one of the cabs that says Gotham City Taxi.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
But Gotham City is basically based on New York anyway, but that and Chicago mixed into one. But yeah, that bit was like, so if I live in a world where literally a god is fighting some space cop, why am I going to think Batman's a myth? I would know that he's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, if that bit wasn't in it, I think I would have bought it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they needed to. I mean, it was one of those things where you're like, we've got the money to do it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's they know they're gonna go huge budget, but it's like, okay, at this point we can show off certain things, right?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need it because
need
they're not. This is a Batman fan film or something. Like. You could add something else in the spot that forces them to go that particular direction.
Yeah, like
a
gang war or something,
Yeah,
like
I mean, or even if you really wanted to go more horror film route, is like, so there's a light at the path, like two paths with light or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the lights go down in one of their path, like the other exit, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I ain't going into the dark because that's where that guy is going to be. I'm going to go to that light path, because that's Batman forced him into a certain direction.
Yeah.
I did like how basically Deadshot was a bit of a out for himself.
Yeah, like when he shots what's her name?
Scandal.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because he's like, oh, what are we gonna do? And he's like, we, and then he shoots her. And then he's dragging Catman. He's like, he's like, why did you shoot her? And he's like, well, you know what? If that thing's gonna come after us and get us, we're gonna get her first. We could get away.
Yeah, I was like,
wow. What move, right?
Yeah. And I was like, Deadshot kind of used to be like that. Yeah, now he's more honourable. But yeah, I get it.
I didn't mind that they held off Deadshot's helmet till the end because he's like, oh, this thing Catman's like, why didn't you wear that before? And he's like, because it was itchy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it was a comics accurate helmet, but it didn't look physically there.
Yeah, it looked too CGI.
Yeah, I think it was just because it was too But it's not that how it came around his head, because then yeah, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But if they replaced it with a practical thing afterwards,
Hmm.
like if the thing started going around his head and then cut to Catman,
Yeah.
and then cut back, and then you've got the physical day shot.
Yeah, that'd
helmet
be
on
fine.
there.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
even if they're like, if they just done a red like scope around his eye, I'd be happy with that.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
like just like when Will Smith had it, yeah, just the little.
Yeah, if they
thing
just
that
did
you-
that, I'd have been happy with that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because that wouldn't have looked as kind of bad as it did then. Again,
Yeah.
good on them for doing it, but it still didn't look that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's elements I liked and elements I didn't like in this.
Hmm.
But hey, yeah. I'd say for this. First of all, any other comments you want to make about this film?
The end was a bit weird. Like
Which
the
one
whole
was it?
Man and Waller trying to get Batman. I thought that was a bit.
Yeah, but that's okay, and I agree with you. But then they had to have a plot for the film. So
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
didn't that,
Yeah, but they could use
cool.
like Clock King or someone else. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
alright, sure.
I did like the idea of basically it was all a trap to try and capture Batman.
Yeah, but
'cause
he already
of
knew
the,
it was a trap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause he's Batman.
Well, yeah, because he's Batman, of course,
Yeah,
right?
he
But
knows
but it's like the thing that we had that we were trying to get into, the thing that we have given you as the agency, as Amanda Waller's whatever, right?
Yeah.
To get this from this point to this point is actually not a thing at all. The whole point was to get Batman to chase you because you're the. I was gonna say you're the Suicide Squad, but they're not. There's the Secret Six. So
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was good. It was okay.
Yeah.
It hasn't really changed my opinion on fan films, but they were decent.
No, but like fan films can have good ideas, right?
Yeah.
And
Like
then
a lot
whether
of them.
you say-
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of them have good ideas, but they're executed poorly,
yeah, And
or
it's not-
they're way too out of character for
yeah,
characters they're using.
yeah,
sort of
and,
thing,
and
yeah.
sometimes it's like it's not the. They're limited by their budget, but
Yeah.
what some people do is they were like, well, we're going to do it anyways, and like you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do something like a Hollywood like a wannabe Hollywood movie because that's what you end up looking like.
Yeah.
Concentrate on other things that you don't need the budget for.
No.
Or wait, like don't concentrate on your deficiencies.
No.
Work to your strengths.
Yeah, like have more like story elements rather than
Yeah.
visual effects. Yeah.
I mean, for example, if someone was trying to make a Superman film, but you can't, you haven't got the costume, you haven't got the special effects, or all that stuff, then you do a film on Clark Kent.
Yeah. And him trying not to use his powers or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. oh yeah, it could go like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even have you ever seen? I'm sure you've seen 24, right?
Yeah, of course.
Have you seen Burn Notice?
Bits and pieces of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had two similar episodes. Like I think Jack Bauer, he was with the terrorists or something. He was undercover or something like that.
Yeah.
So then he had to discreetly obstruct them from doing the mission
Yeah.
while at the same time being on their side.
Yeah.
In Burn Notice, Michael, he was in the bank that was getting robbed,
Yeah.
like hostages and stuff like that, and he had to sabotage them while pretending to be a hostage. Even Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman with Dean Cain.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you remember the episode Spy Hard. No,
Probably.
is it Spy Hard? Fly Hard,
Okay. Yeah.
where the Daily Planet staff, it's late night, and then the certain members of the Daily Planet staff, all the main characters, of course,
Yeah.
are still in the building, and
Yeah.
they get stormed by these gangsters or
Yep. I remember this
mobsters, whatever.
episode.
Yeah, and they're looking for the treasure, whatever it is there, and the
Yeah.
Superman's there, but he can't use, like Clark's there, but he can't use any of his. He has to not be able to use any of his powers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And you're like, yeah, you can do stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know?
You do it.
Yeah.
Easy. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's like I was saying about this fan films, like the reason why I kind of got a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to fan films. I remember watching one where I can't remember what it's called. It's Batman something, and he gets captured, and then the guy tells Batman that he ruined someone's life because of heroin, something like that. I can't remember what it was, and then Batman kills himself for a heroin overdose.
Batman kills him. Okay, First of all, you got to find this at some point.
Yeah, I
and
need to
send
find
it me,
this.
right?
Yeah.
I have also seen some bad fan films in my time, but I tried not to send them on to someone else to watch, unless there's something that like, unless it's so bad it's good, like it's entertainingly a bit. I mean, some people deliberately do that. Some deliberately make their films where it's like, yeah, because it's a train wreck, but we're gonna make it as entertaining as possible, and that's it. That whole point, right?
Yeah.
Which I can watch and be like, all right, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say The Room is basically a fan film.
It's deluded. It's like it's like I would say the same. It's like a fan film to like classic American films.
Yeah.
By a deluded director. Yeah. Delusional director. Yeah.
But at some point, like some people, like there's some quality to that where you're like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there in front of me, and I can't stop not watching it.
Yeah.
Even though I want to.
You can't look away. And I think that the reason why it's like that as well, because he's trying to make this film as serious as it can be, and there's no way it can be serious.
It's funny because it's a fan film based on what exactly? That is, because usually they're based on something, right? Like another franchise. But no, Tommy Wiseau's fan film is a fan film based on Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, and hidden vampire plots and stuff. Yeah.
The franchise of Tommy Wiseau, to be fair, he has made himself.
He has, yeah,
a franchise out of it, probably. Kind of.
He made a living out of us laughing at him.
Yeah,
so does that sound? But yeah. Fan film.
Okay. So yeah. This is not okay. Well, I've got there's a whole bunch of other fan films I'll make you watch at some point, right?
Yeah, I'm actually up to watching them.
Okay, let me. I mean, I won't give you the list of the titles, right?
Yeah.
But let me ask you, budget-wise.
Yeah.
Do you want to see some films with? Because mainly I don't say they're good, high budget, whatever, right? But for fan film, like some people have put money into it. It's one. Because then I'll list those for us to watch at some point next.
Okay. Yeah.
Some higher budget fan films. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They might be terrible, but hey.
I mean, they might be terrible after the fact you've seen them, right?
Yeah.
But these ones where I don't say you could tell money was put into it, but it's just less restrictions in what they can do because they've got some money behind it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Because I did see a Lex Luthor one years ago as well, where he becomes president.
Oh, you gotta send me that at some point to watch.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
And all
right,
cool.
I've seen so many terrible ones.
Well, yeah, okay. Look, I tell you what. All right, let me see if I want to give you the names of the high budget ones, but let me see. 1, 2. All right. Okay. I'll probably look. I could give you about 2 or 3 high budget ones, yeah. Or the ones that look budget wise, and then maybe you can slip in the 2 terrible ones within that. So we got 5 to watch.
I'll find them. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, we'll check that next time. All right.
Fan films are great. Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, I like that. The thing is, I don't like to. These people put money and time into it. Their own money. Yeah. So I don't like to rip into them without giving some constructive criticism as well. Because they're there, and you're like, well, look. First of all, it takes guts to do something, right?
Yeah, that's what. Give them that. It takes guts.
Yeah. And for the public to criticize and know that you might get criticism, so that's always something there, right?
Yeah.
But there's some things you can clean up and fix up and actually make it better. So you're like, there's stuff, but you can't just say, oh, this is crap, and then say,
I'll never say that. Like the ones I'll say are kind of crap when they have like bad lighting and stuff like that. Like, come on, man.
Oh my goodness. I mean, wait, because we can say Hollywood, certain big budget, like certain films, we can say are crap.
Yeah.
But Sinister Squad, stuff like that from the Asylum, where there's no cinematography and they just use the natural lighting, and you're like, but
why?
You need another light source to make for it to be lit properly.
Yeah, stuff like that you can't forgive. Yeah. When they have like a budget. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they've got something, right, and then you're like. Yeah, but I've seen fan films that are better than done better than yours,
Yeah, I've seen YouTube videos that are done better than yours. Yeah, stuff like that. That's why I'm like, no.
Alright. So that'll be us signing off for this episode.
Yes.
I'm the man who breaks Chi-Chi's arm and got Goku to set his own head on fire with his flame breath. Siwa Chung.
And I am the... Oh, wait. I had it. Crap. I am the sleazy short guy who will sacrifice my team member so I can get away, but then later get caught because I have a moment of clarification. Kyle Charles.
Yeah.
That's what he does, isn't it? I was like, that makes no sense. And thank you for listening to us talk about these 4 very good, well, I say, yeah, good fan films. I'm not going to dog them.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, even if you're saying that some months are good, I mean, like,
No, respect the
like,
effort. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
the
they're
effort.
good. They're really good.
Yeah.
As in Doug Number, to decent, right?
Yeah.
Nothing really bad.
No. Nothing I want to vomit for. No.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so have you let us know any decent fan films we should watch, or have you been in any fan films?
Yeah.
Because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes, let us know in the comments. Leave a message. Remember to like all our social media stuff. Check out our YouTube channel. And yes, that's all I can think of at the moment. But thank you all for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.
It's another cave, all right. Could be as big as the house, judging from the number of bats that came out of it. Alfred, what's wrong?
This just arrived, sir.
Left with Dad. Too young. Need time. Forget about me.